Have you ever met someone who doesn't seem to say much, yet you can't help but want to stay in the conversation? There's something magnetic about their presence. They're not trying to impress, they're not overly loud or in your face, but somehow when they speak, you listen. They have a vibe that makes you feel at ease, like you can just be without any pressure. You don't have to perform or show off, just connect. It's not something you can easily explain, but you know it when you feel it. And what's amazing is that you can have this too. You don't need to be the life of the party or the most charming person in the room. What you need is the right vibe, the kind of vibe that makes people want to stay and talk without you even having to try too hard. Today, I'll show you how to cultivate that kind of energy using simple but powerful shifts in how you show up. It's not about being fake or pretending to be something you're not. It's about being present, intentional, and comfortable enough to let people feel like they matter when they're with you. And once you nail that, conversations will flow with ease and people will find themselves naturally drawn to you. So let's dive in and break this down with 3 key steps. Step 1, own your space without saying a word. Before you even open your mouth, people can feel the energy you bring into a room. And here's the thing, you don't have to be the most confident or outgoing person to own your space. It's not about showing off, it's about being comfortable in your own skin. I used to believe that to get people's attention or keep them engaged, I had to be the loudest in the room, the funniest, or the one who always had the best story. But I quickly learned that all that did was drain my energy. The more I tried to perform, the less people responded. It wasn't until I started showing up as myself, calm, grounded, and present, that people started gravitating toward me. And it's not because I suddenly became the funniest person, it's because I stopped needing to be anything other than who I am in that moment. When you walk into a room, take a second to check in with your body. Are you holding tension? Are your shoulders raised, your jaw tight, your breath shallow? These physical signals send an unconscious message to others that you're anxious or unsure. But when you relax, let your shoulders drop, and take a deep breath, people notice. There's something about being around someone who is at ease that immediately makes you want to stay. It's not about being perfect, it's about owning your space. So next time you enter a room, remind yourself, I'm here, I belong. I'm enough as I am. When you show up in this way, people start to pick up on that calm energy, and they will be more likely to engage. So don't worry about trying to impress. Just show up and let your presence speak for itself. Step 2, give space for others to shine. There's something powerful about giving other people the room to shine. When you engage with someone, instead of rushing to share your own story or thoughts, try focusing entirely on them. Most of us feel the pressure to fill every silence to make sure the conversation never lags. But here's the secret. Silence is your friend. It gives people the chance to gather their thoughts and feel heard. Think about the last time someone really listened to you without interrupting, without trying to offer their own solution. They just listened. How did that feel? It felt good, right? That's because everyone craves to be seen and heard. And the more you can make others feel that way, the more they'll want to stay and engage with you. The key is not to rush in with your own opinions or stories, but to ask questions and allow the other person to share their experience. You'd be surprised how much people open up when they feel like someone is truly listening. Try this. The next time you're having a conversation, really listen. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Don't try to fix anything or give advice unless it's asked for. Just let the other person talk. And after they finish speaking, instead of jumping in with your own story, ask them a thoughtful follow-up question. Something like, how did that make you feel? Or what did you learn from that experience? Giving space for others to speak not only helps them feel seen, but it makes you appear more engaged and approachable. And guess what? People love talking about themselves. The more you allow them to do so, the more they'll feel connected to you, and the more likely they'll want to keep talking. Step 3, share the real you, not just the polished version. Here's where a lot of people get it wrong. They think they need to be on all the time. They need to have the best stories, the funniest jokes, the most inspiring advice. But this performance-driven approach can backfire. People can sense when you're not being real, when you're putting on an act. It feels shallow, and the more you try to impress, the less you actually connect. The most magnetic people are the ones who are real, the ones who don't try to be perfect, but are willing to be vulnerable. I've had countless conversations where someone shared something personal, and instead of trying to top their story with my own, I just let them know, I get it. I've been there too. It wasn't about offering advice or trying to one-up them with my own experience. It was about meeting them where they were, emotionally, and letting them know they weren't alone. Vulnerability doesn't mean oversharing or spilling your entire life story, but it does mean being willing to reveal parts of yourself that are imperfect. That's what makes you human, and it's that humanity that draws people in. Try this next time. Instead of hiding behind your mask of, I've got it all together, admit something real. Maybe you're feeling nervous, or maybe you're just figuring things out like everyone else. The moment you start sharing the truth of who you are, without the need for validation or praise, you'll be amazed at how much more people people are willing to connect with you. They'll be more likely to stay, to listen, and to share their own stories. Because when people feel like you're being real, they can't help but want to stay in that space. It's not about what you say, it's how you make them feel. When the conversation ends, people won't remember every word you said. They won't remember your jokes, your stories, or even your advice. What they will remember is how they felt around you. Did you make them feel heard? Did you make them feel relaxed, safe, and comfortable to be themselves? That's the vibe that sticks. And that's the vibe that keeps people coming back. You don't need to be the funniest, smartest, or most entertaining person. You don't need to perform. You just need to be present, calm, and willing to let people see the real you. That's when people will want to stay and talk, because it's not your stories, your jokes, or your personality that draws people in. It's your energy. So next time you're in a conversation, remember this. People want to feel seen. People want to feel heard. And when you create a space where they can do both, that's when you'll find your conversations flowing effortlessly and your relationships growing stronger.